Guys, we got some bad news.
This is the last OKOP show episode ever.
A lot of things have been changing, and we couldn't keep going on like this.
We're going to read some notes from our phones just to make sure we get everything out we want to say here.
Yeah, so this is going to be the last episode of OKOP.
Because now it's
OK Story Time!
Gotcha, suckers.
You dummies.
Okay, Sam, so
Okay, you guys
why
are
did we
smart.
change the name? Give us a breakdown.
Okay, first, no one knows what OP means at all.
Literally no one.
Like even you guys, people are like, oh, like what does OP mean? Like everyone that we've I think ever talked about it with has been like, I have no idea what this means.
100%.
I didn't know until like a year in.
Yeah, and Riley like works here.
Yeah, exactly.
But everyone knows what a story is, and that's what we do. We're a comedy relationship show where we tell stories about the relationships that matter most.
We give good advice goofily.
And we also feel we can source these stories from more places. Like right now, we're taking them from Reddit, but we want to be increasingly taking them from our community, our subreddit, Discord, call line, maybe even come into your city and doing interviews with you on the street. Basically, we just want to hear stories from you.
And we want those stories to spark a discussion, answer questions that allow us to create the golden rules. You know, guys know those. The golden rules of engagement so we can navigate our relationships better. Obviously, there will be a bunch of goof. You know us.
Yeah,
but
we're goofy.
We've learned a lot from the show, and we think that we can learn a lot more.
But let's get into the history. Like, all right, this is a little bit about the change, but where have we come from?
Yes. So me and Sam, we were introed to each other during COVID, actually.
Yeah.
And then we got this amazing opportunity to work on this podcast. And spoiler alert, it's not this podcast.
Yeah. But we started working together on the show. And we were like, oh, we kind of like riffing off each other. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, basically we did that.
It's going so well.
It was going so well. And, you know, I asked one of the people in charge, like, okay, like, what does it look like, you know, when something goes south and you need to shut down a show? He's like, well, we don't close down shows.
Yeah.
I was like, well, great.
Yeah, they don't cancel shows. They sunset them.
That's
and
right.
Our show got sunset. So after John had gone balls to the wall on this, they like sunset the show
They
and we
pulled
were out of a
everything from
job.
us. So we just started like throwing a bunch of ideas at the wall. And then one day Sam came across the idea of like doing these Reddit stories. And we're like, I feel like we can do this. Like, I feel like we can do this really, really well, actually.
And then we put together something where we just recorded it on our webcams.
Oh, yeah. So bad. You can see it.
bad.
It's our first episode.
It's our first episode ever. Your yard is now our park.
Oh, God.
And that first episode got like 500,000 views. And we're like, maybe there's something here. And we just started posting every day.
Literally every day.
And then we caught the eye of a certain producer over there. What happened there, Ralph?
Yeah, so like I think April of 2022, I was on TikTok scrolling and I see one of their stories and I listen to it and I'm like, oh, this is fun. John put an internship on one of the descriptions of the podcast. I went for it and here I am.
Yeah. And then Sophia, you got into the mix because you like guested on an episode.
Well, I guested on an episode in June 26th, or maybe it was July 26th. One of those 26th.
Of last year.
Anniversary.
Of last year. Yeah. We're almost at 1 year. That's crazy. And then I went away for 3 months.
Yep.
And then I came back and I
But we
joined the
recorded
show.
a bunch of episodes and released
Prior
them
to
like
that.
every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So
And
Sam
people
was
were
like, people like you. I was like, okay. He's like,
Yeah.
come home. I'm like, oh.
Fire Sam and John, put Sophia as the queen. And that's what happened.
Yeah, no, people like really, really like Sophia. And I feel like something that was really cool is like a lot of our audience is women. And it was nice to have the female perspective.
A woman.
Yeah.
My long hair wasn't cutting it after a certain point. We needed a real woman.
Yeah,
John was about to shave his beard.
Yeah, he was bad, guys.
But
She saved us.
since September 2021, when we released our first episode ever, we have literally released a video every single
Every day. Every
since
day.
then.
And all of that has led us here and we have some changes. So our regular videos that we release, we're going to be releasing them Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at 11 a.m. PST. And then our live streams that you guys absolutely love are going to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3 p.m. PST. And we are going to have a secret members only live stream
Don't tell
on Wednesdays at 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. PST. You'll get to see all of our regular episodes early. And basically, you're going to be like the third co-hosts.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, like when everyone's chatting in the comments on our live streams, those comments are going to be in our recorded episode. So it's kind of going to be like you're featured on the show.
Yeah, you're basically going to be prominently featured. What are some of these big words?
Super prominent.
Prominently featured.
Super prominent.
And we'll even do call-ins with you guys and some of the live stream viewers. And if you're a member, you will be immortalized. in OKOP or OK Storytime. Oh gosh. OK Storytime history, because these will be episodes that we'll be releasing the following week.
It's so funny that you should bring up memberships, Riley, because we have a completely new membership model for our Little Sillies community.
And this will be like a thing that will develop and become richer and richer. But to start, this is where it's going to start.
So we got our $5 tier, Lil Proteins.
That's right.
Lil Proteins, they get the members only. They get members only live streams, community badges, stuff like that. Then you get to Pigeon Nights. That's $10. Yeah, Pigeon Nights, you get Discord private channels. And our super members get to pick a story that we read. So you get to choose whatever you want us to say.
Anything.
And we'll say anything. And then we move up to our $25 tier. This is the best tier. These are for our worm generals.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah, worm generals.
Yes.
You can submit a 15-second video of you asking a question, and every story will choose one question, a story to respond to. And then finally, this is kind of a step down from the previous.
Wow. Okay.
This is our $100 tier.
Yeah, premium.
Orange.
Just orange.
Just orange. Really simple. We don't know what that is yet.
Yeah. We're thinking about it. It's going to have something to do with possibly monthly merch drops that are exclusive for that tier. And we have been working with the designer. There's a lot of stuff that is going to be input into that. We honestly don't know what it is going to be, but it's
We're
coming.
cooking.
We're thinking like maybe subletting a part of our house.
But yeah, so like this is just the start, right? We want to travel around the country and the world with this show. We want to do more on the street interviews. We want to be the place people go to learn how to navigate relationships better. We want to release books, TV shows, movies. I mean, this is the future, but like we see it coming. We see it coming, especially with a community as amazing as the one we have. We want to create OK Storytime satellite groups around the country where our community can host events and hear their community tell stories about their relationships. So like think like I don't know, like TEDx stuff, if you guys know what that is, where there's like little satellite things where people like tell stories. We have big plans, but it all starts here with you and your support. So thank you so much for helping us get to the point that we are right now and supporting us as we go into the future. Like, again, there's a lot of cool stuff that's coming, and
Sam
we're
and
really
John's
excited.
first show may have been sunsetted, but the horizon on this show is infinite.
Whoa.
Infinite.
Whoa.
I think that's a wrap. And with that, we love you.
And let's start the show!
I did the wrong one.
Nice job.
I'm traveling Europe and both my travel partners abandoned me. What should I do? And this comes from across the continents. And they say, what started as a great, relaxing 2-week vacation throughout Europe has turned into a stressful nightmare. I bought my tickets originally with my 2 girlfriends, one of which I was very close to and had been for some years. I'll call her Natalie. The other girl, we'll call her Jenny, had plans to separate from us halfway through the trip, and she had tickets to a concert in another country. Me and Natalie had agreed it was best and safest to stay together for the remainder of the trip. We booked hotels together, but they were only in Natalie's name as I paid her cash. What? I am now realizing this was a huge mistake. But I see you in the comments. If you think you know, boom, why was it a huge mistake? Damn it. The day Jenny left, shit went downhill fast. I became ill and have spent the last few days congested and coughing. Apparently, Natalie can't stand the way it sounds when a sick person sleeps. So she continuously woke me up to tell me I was making noise all night. The first night we were alone. She's sniveling.
I feel
Put some earplugs in.
I feel like that's worth for both parties.
Yeah.
Because you're getting up to wake the person, which is waking you up a lot. And then you're shaking this person awake, which disrupts their sleep and makes them stay sicker for longer.
Think about the long term.
Long
term. This resulted in no sleep for either of us and awkward tension the whole next day. We barely spoke, wouldn't even sit next to each other on the trams, and generally were uncomfortable. Sounds like a great start to the trip. Natalie insisted I buy medicine so she could sleep better, so I obliged and bought some cough and congestion medicine. I had a weird reaction to it, and it made me super dizzy, so I told her I was going back to our hotel to sleep it off. She didn't want to come with me because it was still early evening, but decided to for whatever reason. When we got back, we didn't speak at all, and she made it pretty clear she didn't want to. So resentment is building. She continued to wake me up through the night when I would start dozing off and say things like gross across the continents, stop, disgusting, so annoying. She mocked me when I would breathe too heavily. This morning, when I went to take a shower, she texted me from the other room to tell me I should stay back today and skip the 2 attractions we bought tickets for. When I told her I didn't want to lose money and suggested we go separate because she's clearly annoyed with me, she said, yeah, I don't really feel like being around your thickness all day.
I mean, that's maybe the most fair thing she said this whole time.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't want to get sick, but maybe we
Be separate. That's fair. That is fair.
But the way she said it, though.
Yeah.
The way she said it.
Well, I mean, I said it.
The way you said it.
I know I said it so good that you thought it was her for a second.
I think that's how she meant it.
Yeah. Tensions blew up, and I told her I wanted to be alone today.
Leave me alone.
We've obviously been around each other too much and should take a break. Well, she agreed and said I should try to get a different hotel when we go to our last destination. And I told her, maybe. With the way she'd been asking, I would consider it anyway. And she replied, telling me, please do. And that she'd even refund me for the last night here if I got out sooner. I guess that's kind of good, though.
Yeah.
Like, I
It'd be
hate
fun.
you so much that I would pay you to get out of my life.
Yeah. Better than it costing you.
Yeah. My biggest fear coming on this trip was being alone. But I literally cannot stay with this girl for the remaining 4 days. I feel like a leper. Someone she looks at as disgusting.
Disgusting.
Disgusting!
Or a burden. Natalie told me she could easily tell them it's just her staying at the hotel. So my name would be taken off, which made me so angry that I was shaking. I decided right then and there to not get totally effed over and booked a last-minute hostel in our last destination where I'll be staying starting tomorrow. Natalie is now saying I have ruined the trip and that she's losing money by me staying by myself. I'm effing terrified. My family is freaking out, and I just spent the last 10 minutes crying in a foreign Burger King bathroom. I'm so desperate to go home. I was looking into buying an earlier flight date, but I can't afford it. My friend is obviously over, and the rest of this trip is now going to be spent alone with strangers in a place where I can't speak the language. Help me stay sane and give me some tips on traveling alone. TLDR, tensions boiled over during a 2-week vacation in Europe. Last minute change of plans leaves me alone for the next 4 days. Not experienced with this at all, and I'm really, really scared. And there is an update. But what do you have to say to this scared girl crying in a Burger King bathroom?
Oh, I feel for you.
I feel bad for you.
That sucks. Your friend sucks. And
Your immune system sucks.
your immune system sucks. Quite frankly. Like we're just telling the facts here.
Yeah.
I think this is one of these situations where you kind of ride out the storm, you get through it, start making plans away from the roommate. Because I think if you did a solo exploration and all this stuff throughout the day, you would have like these awesome days.
Yeah.
And at least
You can still make this experience great.
Absolutely. Now, if you're too sick to I've been
Too sick to move?
too sick to move. When I was in Mexico, I got so sick I could not get up.
That
It was
sucks.
crazy. But
Get a grip.
dude, I should have told my legs, stop it.
Yeah.
Work.
Immune system. Kick into gear.
Yeah. But you're already going out and about. Just make solo adventures. Ride it out until you can, and take her up on her offer of basically refunding you of staying with
Yeah.
at her place, and then maybe take that refund money and go somewhere else. There you go. Take the refund money, go somewhere else, enjoy your days.
Also, I understand this idea of traveling alone is super scary. Like, I've traveled a fair bit, and I was pretty worried. I traveled Vietnam alone, and I was pretty worried on the outset of that. I was like, oh, I don't know what's going to happen. Like,
And as a
I've never
woman, it's
traveled
totally
alone.
different. Opie's a woman, right?
True. Yeah. Opie's
Yeah.
a woman. Very different. But also she's in Europe. Europe is generally pretty safe.
Yeah, I
But
think, yeah.
yes, a very different experience. But I do think that traveling alone can be a beautiful, eye-opening experience and a chance for some true self-discovery away from everyone who's possibly judging you for snoring like a goblin during the night. So I feel like this could be a chance to know and understand yourself better and more fully. And you should take it.
Yeah, I feel like nothing pulls your head out of the dirt and like makes you look at the world around you like a good solo traveling trip, especially to a place like Europe or like somewhere that's like fun and exciting and new to explore.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, stay safe, obviously, and go to like the safe parts of town. But Europe, most parts of Western Europe are, they're fairly safe.
Yeah, there's definitely like it can be very scary, and there are dangers, of course, of traveling as a woman. But there's like communities, there's like all kinds of great things, and like we have lots of women friends who have like explored, traveled alone. My girlfriend has traveled all over.
My mom traveled all over the world.
Yeah, 100%.
So there is an update.
Oh,
so due to tensions boiling over, my traveling partner and I won't be spending our time in Copenhagen together. We've been together for the last week and a half, and within the last 2 days, things got so bad. I bowed out of our hotel, got a refund, and booked a last-minute hostel room in Generator, Copenhagen. Any advice, suggestions of what to do to keep me busy, or even people in a similar boat as me? I heard there's some festivals going on, but that's all I know. And we have another update the next day. I posted yesterday about how scared I was to be alone in this nice city, but wasn't given much choice as my travel partner and I were simply not getting along. Well, I'm here, and I've never done anything like this before, so I'm super excited. So many of you PM'd me and commented offering to show me around, grab a beer, or just meet up and talk. I only wish I could stay a month rather than 2 nights, or I take you all up on meeting up.
Gather round, friends, gather round.
With that said, I'll be in Generator, Copenhagen if anyone is wanting to what?
That's not a... No, you should not hit up any of those people.
No. I have me and my girlfriend met up with another couple traveling internationally or traveling in Mexico.
From where?
From where?
From Reddit.
What?
We found this couple on Reddit and we were like, meetups,
And it wasn't
whatever.
like a wife swap thing? It was just...
No. Oh my God. Honestly, as I said it, I was like, this sounds crazy. But it was literally just like 2 people that were like cool and awesome. And we hung out together and
They didn't flash you or do anything weird?
literally nothing weird of the sort. Had an incredible dinner. It was awesome. One of them was a studying marine biologist.
Oh, wow.
And they lived nomadically. And they were cool.
That's crazy. You're crazy.
Met off Reddit.
Okay, I guess
In
it's
a
fine.
public, like at a restaurant, like full of people in the broad daylight. But
I'm just saying, like, it's a girl. She voiced that she was super scared, and then strangers on Reddit are reaching out to her to hang out with her.
But it's also Copenhagen. Copenhagen is like
fair,
super safe.
Yes, it's like
Of the European
smart.
countries, Denmark? Yeah, Denmark is like one of the safer countries.
Yeah, I mean, terrible things can happen anywhere. I think you just be smart, and it's
John,
true.
Terrible thing is gonna happen anywhere.
It's true.
Watch your back.
It's true. And I think it's great what OP is doing, and I think she's gonna just be smart and make some lifelong friends. That's what I say.
I don't have anything planned tomorrow past 5 p.m. Also, huge thanks to Mataron87, not sure if he'll even see this, for meeting me in Leidensplein, for showing me generosity. It got me out of my situation for a day, and for that, I couldn't be more grateful. Anywho, shoot me a PM if anyone's down. I'll be here until Sunday morning, and we do have another date a couple days later.
Get it.
And this is the final update, so let's see.
Update.
Oh.
So shortly after posting the original post, I got quite a few Redditors contacting me via PM. I'd been sitting alone in Amsterdam, silently freaking out for about 2 hours before I posted to the sub, and honestly, it was the best decision I could have made. About an hour after leaving the hotel I shared with Natalie, I received a text from her asking me not to tell any of our friends back at home what happened with us because she didn't want added drama. I hadn't spoken to any of them, but I had let my mom and sister in on what happened and that I'd be staying by myself in a hostel for the remainder of the trip in case I got into trouble. They were, of course, livid that I was going to be alone, but I asked them not to contact Natalie or anyone else other than me. After they'd calmed down, they agreed and I felt a ton better. Ended up meeting with another Redditor from the thread, shout out to Mataron87, and he ended up showing me around the city. It was so relaxing and he was super fun to be around. I actually almost forgot about Natalie for the day.
What did we say? Go out and enjoy.
Go out and enjoy
And
it.
it happened.
And hope you enjoyed.
That's nice. That's very nice.
And then Natalie sent me a picture of her and Jenny, our previous travel partner, who apparently was in the same city and wanted to meet up. Jenny never bothered to let me know that she was in our area or asked to see me, despite us 3 all being together for the first half of the 2-week trip. They were in one of Amsterdam's coffee shops, one that I asked Natalie to go with me to see previously before our fallout, but she was never interested in going, so I didn't reply. I didn't see Natalie for the rest of the night until Jenny left and I went back to our hotel. The next morning, we were set to fly to our last destination, Copenhagen, and we had to fly together. It was awkward, especially when I had to explain to Natalie that yes, I was still splitting up from her when we got there and that it wasn't just a threat. Still, we kept it cordial so things didn't get worse than they already had. By the time we got to Copenhagen, I threw her a few hundred kroners. Her purse had previously been stolen and she had no money, and we went our separate ways. And it was amazing. My initial terror of 100 things going wrong faded away when I got to my hostel. I spent the evening in their bar, meeting new people, and enjoying my new freedom. I could be myself for the first time in weeks, and it felt surreal. I slept peacefully with no angry Natalie interruptions and spent the following day exploring the city on my own terms, which is awesome. Like
The
that's
best.
one of the beautiful things about traveling alone.
Absolutely.
I even got to go into the Tivoli Gardens, so thank you so much, Docatron, for that. If you're ever in California, I'll buy you around. On my second night there, I actually met with another Redditor for dinner and some beers. Redditors are coming out of the woodwork, truly. You're seriously awesome, Goobernor. I love sharing our stories. And I wanted to be able to see everyone who PM'd me. I appreciated every single one of you and your offers. And if I had stayed a bit longer, I'd have taken you all up on meeting up. By far, the best times I had in my whole vacation around Europe was spent exploring on my own, taking my time to appreciate what I wanted to and not worrying about bothering somebody else when I slept. It was effing liberating, and I'd do it again the next chance I get. As for Natalie, we haven't spoken since we returned home, and I feel like keeping it that way. Sorry this wasn't a super juicy update, but I told people I'd update when I get back. Oh, it's a wholesome update, which
Amazing.
is still juicy.
We love it.
I would gobble a wholesome, juicy update.
Slurp it right up. So Sam, recently I've been really wanting to get back into skating, not like on a board.
Yeah,
but
like roller skates.
Roller skates?
Well, you have already the dance moves, so I imagine if you got on skates, there's no stopping you.
Exactly. But like, I got the skates. I love them. I'm excited. But my sister is like actually like a derby skater, like is legit.
Oh.
And she has like snapped her leg in half before.
Oh,
It's been bad.
seriously?
Yes. This
Oh my
is
Yeah, I
true.
heard derby skating is nuts.
They go hard.
They go hard.
It makes me a little nervous, but there is something I have in my back pocket that lets me just go hard in the paint and skate as hard as I want.
Wait,
to.
what would it be?
It's ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare highly rated in-network doctors near you.
And instantly book appointments with them online.
And these docs all have verified reviews from actual real patients.
We're talking about booking appointments with tens of thousands of top-rated, patient-reviewed, credible doctors and specialists.
And you can filter for the ones that take your insurance.
And treat basically any condition you're searching for.
And the typical wait time to see a doctor booked on ZocDoc is between just 24 and 72 hours.
Sometimes even the same day.
I use ZocDoc, we use ZocDoc, and you should too.
Go to ZocDoc.com/OKOP and then download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today.
That's ZocDoc.com/OKOP, ZocDoc.com/OKOP. Let's get back to the show.
TLDR, followed through on my plans to leave Natalie and get my own hostel. Ended up meeting a few Redditors, seeing the city on my own, and having the best time I'd had since going to Europe. Haven't spoken to Natalie since returning home and have no plans to. And there is one more relevant comment.
Oh.
Mataron87
Hey.
says, I'm glad you had fun in Copenhagen. It was really nice to meet you and show you around in Amsterdam. And Opie responds, you were awesome company. If I'm ever in Amsterdam again, which I plan to because I loved it, I'll let you know. And that is where this wholesome, juicy story ends.
We love to see
The
it.
power of Reddit. The power of Reddit.
Reddit's on fire.
And the power of travel and self-exploration and all of those things.
Yeah,
is-
I mean, I've
is
met
great.
people from online before.
Yes.
That's a good point.
We met Riley through online.
Yeah.
Riley
See?
slid into our DMs.
Imagine we're like, oh, this crazy guy who came
Yeah.
from TikTok. I don't know.
I don't
It's kind of
know.
crazy. No.
Yeah. What if we judged you, Riley?
True. I don't know. Just she's alone. She's scared, and then random.
I
strangers-
agree.
We were alone and scared when you reached
No.
out to us. And before you know it, you were in our bed. in our house.
It took like a few years, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I think like OP was able to make some. I think we've both been in not similar scenarios in terms of the sickness, but being young and like traveling around like Europe and stuff, and just really, really, really good experience.
So like when you were first traveling around Europe, how was like doing that during World War II?
How many dead bodies did you see?
I'm about to see one right now.
Oh,
Pow!
That was-
Gotcha, dude.
I was talking about Sam's comment, not yours.
No, shut.
Come on.
That was 100% to my comment.
John's was a
That was
banger.
100% to my
Come
comment.
on.
World War II. God.
Oh my god, you came back, but I came back sharper. Anyways, you know what else is sharp?
This next story.
That it is. Am I the a-hole for deleting the wedding congratulations message I sent to my friend?
Message? What message?
You just might have deleted your friendship. This comes from Disastrous Fox 2154, who says, first time posting on Reddit. All names have been changed for privacy reasons, as she might find the post. Sorry for my English, not my native language. This happened a year ago, and it still bothers me. Me, female 30, and my friend, female 30, Carla, have known each other for 14 years. We became friends when we lived in the same city, but when we turned 25, we left our hometown and went to different parts of the country to find happiness. I moved to a city, M, to have an opportunity to learn a new profession and work a good job, and she decided to move to a city, V, for a change of scenery. As soon as I moved to M City, I realized that what I came here for turned out not to be as bright and beautiful as I had expected. I had to postpone my studies because my salary at the new job was delayed and the living conditions were not the best at the beginning. I was frustrated, but I worked towards my goal as best I could. During this period, my friend Carla had more success than I did, which I was happy about and proud of her. She came to visit me a couple of times in my city, and I was thrilled to see her. She always knew about my financial situation and didn't mind that I couldn't afford to come to her. Although we didn't communicate as often, I considered her a good friend and we always enjoyed spending time together.
I am sensing a turning point,
A but.
some wrench in the friendship approaching.
Are you sensing an ICU, perhaps?
I don't see what I'm sensing, but I'm sensing it.
You're sensing it.
I'm sensing it, but I don't see what I'm
An
sensing.
ICU is in the midst, but
Yes.
we don't know in
Yeah,
what
it's
direction.
materializing in front of me. If I squint really hard, maybe I can make it out.
Oh my. I understood that we were all adults with our own hectic lives and that we understood each other's situations. Now, to the point. I had the opportunity to visit her city once in the winter of 2022 when my boyfriend, now husband, and I were able to allocate time on the weekends and funds. At that time, I was saving money and couldn't spend much. During my visit, we were able to meet once and we had a great time together. But from my feelings, it seemed to me that she was upset that I couldn't come to see her more often, even when she said allegedly that it was okay that she was the only one traveling.
Maybe she's changed her mind.
Maybe she changed her mind. This fickle. But most of the time we were in different cities. There was a lockdown and long distance travel was prohibited in the country. And again, I had financial problems.
Financial problems?
Those are pretty reasonable excuses.
Yep. Well, maybe like OP's friend thought the financial problems were done, and so it's no longer an issue. I don't know.
It's a good question. In the summer of 2022, my boyfriend proposed to me. This was before going on our trip to V City, and we kept it a secret for the time being. I was happy and excited, but my fiance and I decided that we wouldn't have a traditional wedding. Instead, we planned to have a quiet civil ceremony without celebration and guests, and then, if possible, organize a small party at home with our friends and family to mark the occasion. We scheduled the wedding for the end of April 2023. In January of 2023, my friend Mark from my hometown wrote to me, and I told him about my engagement and our non-traditional approach to our wedding. He was happy for me, but then hesitated and asked if I could go to Carla's wedding in the summer of 2023. I hadn't heard anything from Carla about a wedding and was very surprised. So he's like, hey, what about Carla's wedding? She's like, whoa. What Carla wedding? This is my best friend after all. I haven't heard about your wedding.
Remind me of the main characters again.
Main characters. OP, Carla, the best friend. At this point in time in the story, OP has married her husband. They had like a quick little like court marriage basically. And now we're discovering that Carla is also getting married in...
And this is the best friend of OP.
And Carla is the best friend of OP.
Okay,
And
best
OP's
friend of
like,
OP.
yeah,
Okay.
OP's like, wait, what wedding? I didn't know. Shouldn't I be privy to this knowledge? Mark was also very surprised, another friend, and puzzled that he and his husband, Tom, who was a mutual friend of Carla's and mine, were invited to the wedding, even though they weren't particularly in touch with her, and yet I wasn't invited. So she's not inviting her close friends and is inviting her like acquaintances.
Maybe there's some kind of weird performance art piece at the wedding, and OP and Carla doesn't want her close friends to see that she's getting married to someone who isn't her husband.
Whoa. That is a conspiracy theory if I have ever heard
Yeah,
one.
no, it's not.
We are reaching
not
for the
true.
stars today, ladies
It's
and
not
gentlemen. Maybe if it was, that would be the greatest. That would be the greatest conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
of all time.
She only invited people not close to her because it wasn't the longtime boyfriend that everyone thought
Also,
she was seeing.
the same way that people cut up like best moments of Gordon Ramsay calling people an idiot sandwich. What if we had best of conspiracy theories, best of okay story times,
Pretty good.
infinite.
A compilation of
Infinite
best
content.
OK story times.
You react to it.
We react to our best story times.
And then we react to the reactions.
Honestly, reacting to our some of our first videos.
It's the Office podcast.
Yeah.
You just talk about and react to the original content.
Or take a break for take a break for like 10 to 20 years and then come back and react to all your old stuff. If John can make it.
Damn it, Riley! We're getting back to the story. Okay, so I asked my friend Mark not to intervene and not to tell Carla anything because it wasn't his business, and it was ultimately between Carla and me to figure out what was going on. My thought process at the moment was, well, I understand that Carla and I are friends, but we didn't communicate that often, and she might say that she can't invite me for one reason or another, or I think she'll tell me and invite me a little later. I would have accepted either option calmly because it wasn't my wedding. It was Carla's, and it was for her to decide who she wants to have there on her day. A couple of days later, I found out that Carla had been sent on a business trip to my city and she wanted to see me. I agreed and hoped to finally calm my mind from the worries and find out what was really going on.
And it's kind of crazy because they would see each other all the time initially. I mean, and they had this arrangement and stuff where she would visit OP.
I mean, this is traveling from city to city. So I imagine once they moved away, it wasn't like all the time, but it was regular. Like I
But
could
it
see
seems like Carla traveled to COP.
yes,
Specifically, not for any other reason but to see OP.
Exactly.
Which is a good friend move.
and more than once. Like this was hey, see ya on the next one, maybe every quarter or two or something like that is the vibe that I'm catching. But she came to my city in a month and I met her at a restaurant. We started chatting and I decided to share my joyful news with her and our plans. She was happy and shared her news in return. I expressed my congratulations and joy for her and asked her about the wedding plans, to which she replied, "Oh, we are doing almost the same as you. Our wedding in July of 2023. We will only have family at the wedding," emphasizing only family. And at that moment, when she said that, my heart sank. I felt hurt she lied to me, and I didn't want to discuss it at the moment with her or reveal Mark's involvement because she knows that the friends have been invited. Acquaintances have been invited. Not even, forget close friends. Acquaintances have been invited, but OP has not. That has got to hurt.
That sucks. Whenever you see an acquaintance get invited to something and you're just kind of waiting,
Yeah.
catch a hint though.
Tell me more. Expound on that.
We'll say you invited Sophia to something but not invited me. That would hurt.
That would.
You invited an acquaintance but not
Yep.
me to an event.
Dude, that was a shot fired. I think the comments are about to light on fire and be like, at Sophia ...
Well, I'm saying you were an acquaintance to Sophia. That you and Sophia are acquaintances.
Wow. That's a shot to me.
What's her favorite color? Yep, that's what I thought.
Wait.
She has said
Wait,
this
I know.
multiple times on the podcast.
I've heard her say it literally once.
She said it like 3 times. Exactly.
It's
it would
either
hurt.
orange. No, it's not orange. Is it orange? It's not orange.
Keep going.
That's okay. I don't want to embarrass myself.
Okay, it's green and purple.
Crap.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay,
yes.
so yes, it would hurt if you invited Sophia to something and not me.
But we're friends.
I don't know if you're her friend.
Damn.
I'm just saying, you don't know her favorite color. I'm just speaking.
Bro,
facts.
stop. Just because that is a inconsequential piece of random
Gold.
trivia.
Gold is your favorite color.
I admittedly forgot your favorite color.
June 4th is a very special day to you.
That's impressive. But I would consider you a very close friend.
Good. I would
Very
consider
close
you
friend.
a very close friend as well.
See?
close enough that if I get married one day,
Dude,
oh yeah,
I cannot wait. By the
it's
way,
so fun.
vice versa. Vice versa for sure.
I'm gonna cry right now. Stop!
I got you! I got you in the feels!
Wow. So you see how close
You thought
we
you
are.
could test our friendship, but that's right. I made you
wasn't gonna
fucking
test our
cry.
friendship. I wasn't gonna do this our friendship, but I knew we were best buds, even though you
Dude.
might not know my favorite color or like my birthday.
See, but I would want you to be in my closest group of my boys.
So, and that's how I can relate to the story because we're really close. And then you invited Sophia, an acquaintance of yours, to
Yes.
something else, and I would be like, "Dang, that really hurt."
Also, what's so great is I only asked this question. Riley was like doing something on his phone, so I just asked him just to mess with him and just to keep him on his toes. And then we went down this crazy rabbit hole.
Oh, you did?
Which is yeah. That's literally the only reason why. I was just like, let me mess with him right now. Which he totally could have been like texting someone on the team to like do something or Sophia downstairs, but
What I have? Okay, I'll just tell you what I have.
Yeah,
I've
let's
been
talk
putting
about it.
together a notes
oh my
of
god.
how to be like co-host. And
Oh,
I've been taking notes. Of how to be like you guys. So that's what I was writing down because like I'll see little things and I'm like, oh, so whenever we have personality tests.
okay. For a second, which is maybe kind of half of what you're doing, but mostly what you're doing is finding the traits to have the personality swaps be like super funny and great.
Exactly.
For a second, I thought you were like, these guys are the masters. I need to study their every single move. Wow. Not that we deserve that, but that's what I thought you were saying.
No.
Also,
not that.
the lighting is going a little
bananas.
crazy. Let's just tape. I think if we just tape the corner of that thing, then we'll be golden. Just so it doesn't fluctuate. This feels so good though. Oh my God. Right? Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, quick TLDR. OP has a best friend, Carla. They were super close, and then they both moved away, and initially Carla was flying out to like COP when they first moved apart, but then they had lockdowns happening. There was like travel issues, travel restrictions. OP didn't have, great finances, so they didn't end up seeing each other for a while. Fast forward, they're both kind of like sharing their wedding plans, and OP literally just found out that OP heard through a mutual friend / acquaintance that they were invited to the wedding, but OP is not invited. So she's like, whoa, how is she inviting acquaintances and not inviting me, her best friend? But she comes to dinner, let me hear her out, and then she lies to her face and says, it's a small family-only wedding, which confirms that she was lying and intentionally didn't invite her. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm ready now. I'm here.
Oh, we're here, baby. So
That would suck if you invited Sophia to your wedding and not me.
exactly, but instead you're gonna be in my groomsmen. So congratulations. There we go. You got it, buddy. You got it. So I put on my pleasant face and continued that evening as if nothing had happened. I hate confrontations. She didn't want to see me at the wedding and didn't have the courage to tell me to my face, her longtime friend. After that, she said, come visit me someday in the summer, both you and your husband. Fake. I thanked her for the invitation, and that's how we parted ways. Realizing that she didn't owe me anything and certainly wasn't obligated to invite me to her wedding, I accepted this and tried to handle it with dignity, which I think is a smart move. And maybe I thought I could even come see her in the summer after her wedding just to catch up. She means a lot to me, and I would be happy to see her, even though it will likely leave a bitter taste in my mouth for a long time. But April 2023 came, and I married the most wonderful person in the world.
Oh, dude, that was Virgo this month.
You are
Congrats, OP.
exactly correct. Congrats. Maybe celebrating their 1 year anniversary. Everyone who knew about the wedding congratulated us by calling or writing on social media and messengers. Everyone except for one person. Can you guess who that is, Riley? Carla! He is paying attention. I attributed it to her busyness and workload, but even when our families, whom she knows on social media, and I posted from our photo shoot with my husband, she still didn't congratulate me. It was hurtful and unpleasant, but it's her choice, and I didn't dwell on it for long. And the day of her wedding came. I sent her a sweet congratulatory message on her long-awaited day. A week passed, and she didn't even open our conversation. Not even, what's worse, being left on read or being left on unread? I think left on unread is better.
I think being left on red is worse because
Because you know for a fact that they saw it.
yeah.
Because there's a shadow of a doubt that they just forgot to see it or like forgot to respond or whatever. But if it's marked as read,
But
they
it's
for
like-
sure
It's like
clicked
seeing
to
a
open
ghost
it.
though, because ghosts always leave me on red when people ghost me.
The ghosting joke?
Yeah.
Right.
Fuck, that was such a bad. Anyways, honestly, I would rather be left on unread than read.
Oh, man. You would rather be
because I reached out, and if they didn't like respond back, then I'm like, okay, whatever.
totally. I would also rather be left on unread. 100%. A week passed and she didn't even open our conversation. It was clear that she was using the app but didn't read my message. I was completely at a loss as to why the heck she was behaving this way, so I left everything as it was for another week and a half. Up to this point, I had attributed her behavior to being busy and some other crappy excuses, but this was no longer something I could just brush off as normal behavior. In the end, after 3 weeks since I congratulated her, I finally understood that she no longer considers me a friend. No crap, Sherlock. And doesn't want to communicate with me. And I did something that I regret. I deleted my message from the conversation. Since then, we have messaged each other on birthdays and other holidays, but nothing more. I don't know what to think about her behavior and why she decided to abruptly cut me out and why she chose to lie to me. I also don't know which demon of resentment had possessed me, but I don't like my actions either. Despite how she behaved, she deserved congratulations and my best wishes. Thank you for your attention. Sorry for the long post. I await your judgment. And guess what, OP? Your wait is not long because we are about to...
Oh, shoot. The OKOP submitted.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
Oh my Lord. This is so relevant because you watching right now, let's get it. What's the username, Riley?
I got you. It is
Disastrous Fox 2154. Disastrous Fox. Oh my gosh. Look, they have so many posts on our subreddit. Incredible. What an amazing community member. My God. All OKOP. All in OKOP. Disastrous Fox, thank you for sending this in. My goodness. Guys, if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKOP show. Submit your story. We now have 6,400 members. It is, top 9% in the US. Do you see that?
Oh, yeah.
Or what is that? Top 9% by what?
rank.
Wow. Top 9% by rank, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting there. We are getting there. So come on over. It's a party. People are sharing their stories. People are helping each other.
University of Kentucky.
Dude, we got to pick one that we want to beat. Who's someone
We're
way
bigger
up?
than Jupiter.
Dude, Jupiter can
With
suck
Jew, it's like Jew.
a rock.
Peter.
What's like a big one? Like ones that are bigger than us that we should come for. What's something funny? University of Kentucky is funny.
Oh, $1 million butt. Dude, that's so crazy.
$1 million butt?
Dude, that's so
Yo.
bigger than
Oh,
million
dude, we
butt.
crushed them. We literally obliterated
mentioned
them.
that, like, not
We
too
literally
long
talked about them like a few minutes ago.
Let me see. I can get one that we're bigger than.
Gay dads. We're coming for you, gay dads.
Bigger than gay dads.
Dude, no, wait. We're not as big as gay dads though.
Bigger than that.
Riley, go back.
Textile design. Oh wait, we're bigger. These are who we're.
No,
bigger.
go up. We're bigger than all those people.
These are who people that are bigger than us by a little. UK beer. We have to be UK beer. UK beer has
UK beer,
6.7 members.
You're done. You are literally toast. You're literally beans
wisdom,
on toast.
6.7K members.
Dude, wow, there's not a lot of people with wisdom. Let's beat them. Anyways, guys,
Aussie memes. We could beat Aussie.
we can beat these guys. We can beat these jokers. Yeah, but go to our subreddit r/OKOP show. Send in your story. And Riley, they sending the story? Are we doing any other? Are they sharing to Discord from
They
there?
can share from Discord. They can share to our congratulatory show.
What do you know the Discord name? The channel name?
Our Discord.
No, the channel inside of our Discord.
Reddit stories. Go to
Reddit stories,
you
and then
know.
take your Reddit story and go to #Reddit stories inside of Discord. But ladies and gentlemen, it's okay. It's all good. It's all good. But wow. Okay. So Disastrous Fox, thank you so much for submitting the story. We love reading from our own community. That is our absolute favorite. So I think you literally did everything right.
Well done.
Number one, you were very fair. And every time there was an instance of, like, for example, like, oh, maybe she intentionally didn't invite me, you were like being very fair to her, like, oh, maybe it's an all family thing. Oh, maybe there's like some like reasonable explanation. Maybe she hasn't sent my invitation yet, right? At every step, you gave your friend the benefit of the doubt. And when you found out that it was the worst case scenario, that the friend didn't want you to the wedding, all of that stuff, I would say you handled it with grace. My one question, producer Riley, OP said they did something they're not proud of, which is they deleted the congratulatory message about the wedding. Do we think that is a a-hole move?
I don't think it is an a-hole move that you removed it, because you constantly reached out, and I can see where that was a big thing.
Yeah.
For her to go through a marriage and get married, and without you being there, and you were being so nice by just like reaching out and messaging her, and she didn't invite you, and you messaged her. I don't blame you for like taking it away, because you would have support her even more than you did, but she's legit not taking any type of support you are giving her digitally or like friend wise. I don't blame you for taking that away. Like if I was giving you a ton of fruit baskets, you have fruit basket, and he's like, oh, he's not taking my fruit basket. I'll just give him my apple. And you didn't take that apple. I knew you weren't going to eat the apple. I would take it away.
I'm debating because like you kind of already sent the message. So like
They put it on their front porch.
Yep.
And they didn't take it in. They put Mel on the front porch and they did not take it in. They put the apple on the front porch. They went by and it was still sitting there.
Have you heard of the broom thing? Leaving the broom on the porch? I think that's leaving the broom on the porch is like, hey, please get out of my house. Like if some friends are over and you're like, okay, I want to wind it down. Maybe you're overstaying your welcome a little bit. Broom on the porch. I've heard that's like an old southern.
But
Maybe.
what if you don't have a porch?
Then don't be poor.
Do we have a porch?
Yeah, a little. Although the South defines porch very differently than we have enough. We have enough.
Okay.
We have enough. Anyways, porches aside. Yeah, I think Opiate did it. I might say you are 0.000000001% the a-hole.
He just called you an a-hole. Wow.
I'm so sorry. I love you. You know, Disastrous Fox, you and me, friends. But as a good friend would, I am challenging you and I am telling you that I don't know that was necessary. And I think it shows that you are still, even when a friend chooses not to, be your friend anymore. Abandoned might be too strong of a word. But if someone decides to leave the friendship and not reciprocate the friendship, take the higher road. You sent a beautiful message. Why not let it be there? And maybe it sits there as a reminder of that you care for her. And maybe one day she'll go back to like send happy birthday and she'll be like, man, here's OP sending me this nice message, congratulating me, and I didn't invite her to my wedding. All these things are wrong. I need to make up for it and apologize her face to face next time I see her, or like FaceTime, whatever. That's my take. But what do you guys think? Me and Riley are split. You guys be the tiebreakers. Is Disastrous Fox OP in this story a-hole or not? Please let us know why. Ladies and gentlemen, Riley, they think it's over.
Is it?
They think it's a wrap.
Is it not?
Of course not, because we have another story.
We got another one?
Yes, we have.
So take your seatbelts and, unlike Riley, buckle them up because we're about to get started. All right, let's get into it. So, am I the a-hole for not informing my friend I was skipping his birthday after his girlfriend kept harassing me about being the typical girl best friend? This comes from particular anxious 208 who says, Miles and I'm assuming the friend, have known each other since we were 2 because our parents are best friends. Bro, best friends since diapers. Let's freaking go.
I would say at that point, siblings.
A1 day one. There you go. I like that.
Or like cousins, practically cousins.
Yeah, I like that. I love that. Now, I would not say Miles is my best friend. He is a good friend and we do hang out on occasion, but see each other on all major holidays because of our parents. We are in our early 20s. The problem started because of dumb childhood memory. When we were 8, we had a wedding play on our school aftercare. I played the bride and Miles the groom. It was play with horrible songs and uncoordinated kids.
Aw, that's so cute.
That is adorable. Of course, our parents made pictures and videos of that, and we each have one picture on our family picture walls. Miles is dating Lindy. They met 3 years ago and started dating last year. Lindy does not like me. Boo. Boo, Lindy. Lindy doesn't like me. We don't like Lindy. So every time we concede at a celebration, she makes a comment about me being the typical girl best friend. Basically like, oh, that's the girl best friend, but like actually she just wants to get you.
Yeah, I think that's what she's trying to say.
She's jealous, basically.
Yeah.
She's insecure. She one time said that I secretly wanted to sleep with Miles.
Spreading rumors now.
Spreading rumors.
What is this?
Spreading gossip. I have no clue where she got that impression from. Miles and I have different friend groups and schedules. Besides the monthly catch up over food, we don't really meet that much.
Dude, I know where she got that from.
Talk to me.
Her legs hurt. From her legs are hurting. I'm jumping to all these conclusions. Her
Nice.
legs must be killing her right now.
Nice, dude. You crushed that. You crushed that. You know what? Your back is hurting from carrying this podcast. That's right.
I used my legs though.
Things got worse when Lindy saw the wedding play picture. Oh! Lindy, you need to get over yourself. The comments just got more. She even started DMing me on Instagram saying I know what game you're playing. Like, what do you think you can do? Like, you think you can, like, freaking do this? Like,
You think you can start plotting against me since you were 8?
like, what the
I'm
hell? Like, you can't do that because, like, he's my man? Like, you can't do that. And, like, I'm gonna take down your little kid wedding picture.
Back off my man.
And I'm gonna, like, slash your tires and, like, ruin your life, like, so bad. You're gonna wish you never were born. That's Lindy right now. That's freaking Lindy, okay? The comments just got more. I was talking to Miles once about this, and he told me to give her time. Give her time?
Give me time!
Miles, dude.
Miles.
Your friend that you've known since 2 is basically feeling this way towards your girl. You should probably listen to your friend for one time. Do that.
This is a tough call though, because current girlfriend versus best friend since you were 2, that is a tough matchup.
Yeah,
that is a very, very tough.
But your current girlfriend should be the bigger part. I have a whole thought about how this current
Talk to me,
should have done
dude.
it.
Break it down for me.
The current girlfriend should have been like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. Oh my gosh, that's so neat that you guys have that. And been the bigger person. So like all their like childish things that they went through is here. And if you are the bigger person, you're above it and you're like, I'm not going to bring myself down to that level. She's here.
Here's the problem. The girlfriend is an immature child.
Yes, exactly.
So, wait. So I thought you were saying what Lindy should do differently. What are you saying?
Lindy should have been like, oh, this is here. Like, she's being immature. Lindy's maturity should be here with all the things that she's saying, but she's over here.
Correct.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is she should have acted cool about their friendship.
She should have, but we are now going to OP. What should OP do? Because in the reality of the story, OP has no choice, but like Lindy is going to behave how Lindy's behaving.
Yeah.
So now what can OP do?
OP's gonna, let's finish it out.
Let's finish it out. Let's see it. So his birthday was on Saturday, Miles's was, and I was invited. Lindy wrote me saying something along the lines that she was going to supervise me. This was their first birthday as a couple, and I was not allowed to take up his time. I was honestly just fed up. I tried talking to Miles once more, but he said the same thing. So I just skipped out. When the party started, I wrote a quick story. Sorry, I can't come, and told him my mother was going to bring his present. Now he's upset with me for missing his birthday. Lindy is mad that I made it all about myself, and my parents are upset I missed a family function. Am I the a-hole? And we do have an edit here. But honestly, I'm kind of like, what is OP supposed to do?
What am I supposed to do?
Can't do anything. I feel like she did the right thing.
Like Lindy is basically like, I am going to, every second you're around him, I am going to make your life hell. So OP is like, fine, I give up.
Yeah.
And the boyfriend, Miles, he's like siding with the girlfriend, right? And like, I really don't know what else OP is supposed to do other than like, I feel like Lindy should be thrilled. Like logically, if you want her out of the picture and she stops coming to functions like the party, you're like, oh, great, amazing. But then she turns around and she's like, wow, like, why did you make it like all about yourself? And like, why are you so mean and greedy? And like, why do you suck so much? And like, I want to murder you, but I like can't because that's illegal.
Lindy is a person that needs to be upset about something.
Yeah. She'll
That day
find.
she found that was the thing to be upset
You
about.
made a great point. Lindy will literally complain no matter what.
Exactly.
So you can't win. So why not just completely disengage? And if your friend isn't going to help you, if the parents are just going to like, you simply cannot win. So OP, it sucks because literally everyone is attacking OP for really the only option I feel like they have left.
You just need to ride it out, OP.
Just sit back in the background. Maybe Lindy is here today, gone tomorrow.
Miles
Maybe
will come back. He'll figure it out.
I
The
mean,
family, just tell the family what happened. Just show them the receipts. Be like, look, she's weird. I can't be around them.
Yeah, I think her own parents were like getting on her case. I think you can sit the parents down and be like, here's the full situation. What am I supposed to do? And the parents, I think, should be able to see reason. They obviously probably have a bias towards OP because that's their child. And maybe, you know what? Maybe you do the same thing to Miles and you sit down and you're like, listen, I can't win. Here is exactly the whole situation and why I can't win, just so you're clear on like why my hands are kind of tied. I'm just going to like, I want to continue my friendship with you. But I kind of gotta, I feel like, fall back, and I don't want to get in the middle of your relationship. Like, I'm not trying to like cause a mess, cause a scene. I just want to have a drama-free friendship. That is all. But it seems like if I have a friendship with you, it will involve drama and people coming for me. So like, and if you're not gonna, what I see is step up and help me respectfully, I'm out.
Yeah, that's the most sensible thing you can do.
But I don't know if we have much sense because we have more of the story. Edit. I didn't show anyone the messages because I didn't want to make more out of it than it is. I don't want to poison anyone against Lindy, especially not if she is the new fixture in Miles's life. This would make both of our lives more difficult. I hoped that just talking about it might be the more adult thing. My parents are not mad at me or blowing up my phone, a la Reddit fashion. They and Miles' parents were just bummed out that this was the first birthday party I ever missed. I didn't even think about that context. She's probably been to every single one of his birthday parties since he was 2 years old. That's kind of wild.
Yeah, there was definitely like your presence was
It was
definitely
missed. It was
100%.
felt 100%.
Yeah.
So that's why, I mean, not to justify, I think Lindy's point is absolutely like over the line. However, it definitely was like the presence was felt missing for sure. As to why she is jealous, I have no idea. Neither of our parents ever wanted us to get together. There were no jokes or anything about it. I think they also never would want that. The wedding play picture is in the living rooms because they loved the picture and it was our first play.
Because it's cute.
Because it's adorable and you're literally freaking children. How dumb do you be? Like we talk all the time in the show. There's like, relationships when you're in like high school, like again, through high school, I feel like is pretty benign. You're puppy love. It might just be like dating because you're spending you spend a lot of time with the person. It's high school, it's middle school. Like, come on. When you're a literal, like a true, like a child, you're playing wedding. Come on. Not Lindsay. Lindy. You insecure little pickle. Yeah. That's not the move here, girl.
Not the move at all.
The move is to respect his friends, and it's kind of sad that like and you know what, Riley? I feel for Miles.
Why?
He's in a rock and a hard place. On one hand, his girlfriend is like, hey, I want this stuff to be happy, and then his best friend since he was 2 is like, hey, like I'm innocent here. Why are you coming for me? Like I don't want to stop like being friendly and like doing our friendship things. So Miles is kind of like in the middle and is low key kind of forced to pick a side, because if he doesn't pick a side, then he's siding with OP basically. So he sides with Lindy.
Oh,
basically.
Dude, yeah. I feel like there's going to be more stories coming out of this where Lindy is Lazan.
More updates.
This seems like the relationship is very news. I'm very curious of how it's going to play out.
I'm curious too. I am curious too. While there might not be a lot of love here, if you love us, please make sure to subscribe.
And we love you.
And see you tomorrow.